Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a reading for sign of Sagittarius, and keep in mind that this will not resonate for every Sagittarius. If you'd like a personal reading, there's going to be two options in the description down below to book a personal reading. You also find a third link there that'll be join my spiritual group. Alright, it's for people who are into spirituality and the spirit world, and if you're into those two things, go ahead and join that group. Meet more people like yourself, meet more of your soul tribe. You also find my Etsy shop, my shirt store, my website, different social media platforms of Honest with Patreon and Ko-Fi. Go support me on Ko-Fi, help me reach next level so I can get in a new deck. If you'd like to make a donation, feel free to do so. I do appreciate your donations here. So, Sagittarius, let's see what Spirit has in store for yourself as a message for you. What's happening? So we'll just take these three cards. Actually, it's more than three. Number 34, Scotty, which is a goddess you're connecting to. Number 41 with Thor. Number 36 with the Sunstone. And number 24 for 16. So let's have a look at your cards. These two beings are the beings you're connecting with, these deities right here, Sagittarius. Alright, but your first card that we're going to read is number 16. So, Ailu. You are on purpose. You are on the right path. You may need to leave others behind to reach your goal. Truth is right in front of you, should you choose to see it. You may have experienced dark times, but your future is bright like this. You're on the right path, Sagittarius. I turn my face towards the sun, and the path stretches out in front of me. I know, I have learned the truth. It is a solitary thing, but brightly it shines. Right action it is. I am Solio. Solio is the ruin of the sun, soul. As the sun illuminates all, Solio concerns itself with revealing the truth. Right, so your path is going to be illuminated. It's like your way is being shown in front of you. If you're on the right path, continue that. Alright, and I feel like you know it. Truth regarding personal purpose and intent, truth within oneself, truth in the descendant and information and in speech. It is the absence of written contracts. The Vikings' word was their truth and their bond. Truth is one of the 9 virtues mentioned in the Eddas, where people are warned about setting and breaking false truths. To the ancient Norse, the word had real currency and worth. Being truthful could be the difference between surviving or not. This ruin asks us to consider whether or not we're being true to ourselves, whether or not we're following our true path. Are we living according to standards of others rather than our own? Does our work take full advantage of our inherent gifts? Are we hiding our light under a basket? Have we put on a mask to hide our truest self, lest it be seen or damaged further? How closely are we living in accordance with who we are? We have number 24 next. Thela. Equilibrium. Things will stay as they are. We are rich if we have our family, our friends, and our health. Ancestral energy becomes important. The gift of inheritance may be forthcoming. I am the result of 1,000 lifetimes of love, of bravery, of tears, of joy, of skills, of connection. The bloodlines that flow. I'm a Thela. For the Vikings, ancestor worship was an important aspect for their spiritual tradition. Forebears and bloodline were a very important part of the Vikings' identity, attributed to their own sense of inherent power. Descendants kept particularly beloved ancestors alive by naming their children after them. Alright, but look at this. You're connecting with your ancestors. Your Sagittarius, go on the right path, connect with your ancestors. The Norse also prayed to their ancestors for guidance and kept their burial mounds well tended. The dead were often buried near to the living, so as to keep them close to the families. At memorial feasts, one by one, guests would drink a memorial toast called Mini to honor the life and energy of the recently deceased. In this way, the Norse believed that they honored the dead enough to receive continued help after the family's members' passing. The deceased were said to give the living good advice when consulted, help the fertility of the land and animals, and chase away negative energies. Athela is a ruin of ancestors and family. It speaks of the relationship, suggesting that if you have good relationship with those around you, particularly your blood kin, as well as good relationships within your own body, your health, you are as rich as if you had chests of gold. This rune asks us to see that even if we dislike members of our family for good reason, they may have actively hurt us. In our blood and DNA, we carry positive aspects of our ancestors. Our forebears may be responsible for a particularly beautiful physical feature we possess, or our ability to easily pick up certain skill or musically or creatively. Whether or not we're aware of how much aware of which ancestor passed on a particular gift, Athena reminds us to be thankful to our ancestral life for the gifts we have received from our forebears. Okay. We have number 34. Know yourself is the most important of life's works. Express your independence, let authenticity be your guide. Compromise is part of every relationship, but when compromise pushes you to be someone you're not, a change must be made. There's an easier way to do things, speak plainly. The horizon brings me much joy. There is so much to discover. Unfettered by what is not mine, I speak my truth, and I am heard and healed. I sing along with my wolves. In harmony, I am myself. I am Skadi. Skadi is a Norse goddess best known in the mountainous parts of the region. Beautiful, strong, resourceful, and independent, her name is linked to the words for unknown in darkness. It may even be the source of the word Scandinavia, a land dedicated to her. Skadi is a huntress, an archer, a keeper of wolves, and most of all, a lover of snow and the highest of mountains. Mythos tells us that once married to a husband, she demanded from the other gods as recompense for the death of her beloved father. Skadi tried to live in her husband's house, but her husband was a sea god and lived on an island crashing with waves and smelling of seaweed. The incessant sound of the sea and screeching of seabirds was too much for Skadi, who was used to the soft silence of the snow and the howling of her wolves. When she spoke of missing her true home and her desire to be independent, she and her husband agreed to alternate homes every 9 days. When dividing their time between Norton and Heimer didn't work out, they decided to live apart but stay married. Skadi then returned to her beloved mountains, where she hunted from her skis, which she and the god Ol invented. The Norse asked Skadi for protection on winter journeys, for success in hunting, and for survival in harsh times. When darkness was almost total in Arctic winters, it was she they often referred to. She favored those who loved the snow and ice, and who were honest, open, and plain speaking. Her cult extended to the semi-Arctic region in the Arctic Circle. People skied for survival, not just for fun. Should Skadi step into your life with this card, she's reminding you to be honest, direct, and respecting your own personal freedom is paramount. Alright, so being honest with yourself, your own individuality, your own freedom. Sagittarius, you're on the right path with all this. If you need courage to be who you really are, ask Skadi for assistance. Number 36, it's Sunstone. Trust, even if a situation seems opaque and unknowable, trust that you will find a way through. Look past the illusion, discover the facts, seek clarity, find a different perspective. Alright? White and opaque, always sun and no sun, the stars they hide, directionless upon the horizon, and yet there's a way, another way. By simply looking through a crystal, sharply, the stone reveals our most desired treasure. The Vikings' extraordinary navigational skills led to remarkable trading and trade successes. Their cultural ambition to greatly extend their territories was supported not only by the solidly built boats they constructed, but by their ability to travel the seas with safety and accuracy. The Icelandic sagas of the 1st century AD tell of the Vikings sailing from Bergen on the coast of Norway to Iceland, continuing to Greenland, and then to a land that almost certainly Newfoundland. Yet the Vikings had no compasses, and they were for the most part out of sight of land, thus had little access to navigational land points. Not only that, the Arctic regions they traversed are notorious for bad weather, including storms and even complete with whiteouts, which meant that neither the sun nor the stars could be relied on for guidance. According to Viking records, the secret of this and other navigational feats was sunstone, which was said to reveal the true position of a hidden sun, as occurred in low contrast days of the almost 24-hour summer days of the extreme north. It says the weather was thick and stormy. The king looked about and saw no blue sky. Then the king took the sunstone and held it up, and he saw where the sun beamed from the stone. So, it says, Sunstone encourages us to trust that there is indeed a way forward, even if we don't see it initially. By trying different approaches, looking at a situation from different perspectives, and using our imagination, we may get to where we wish to go. Alright, Sagittarius. So, you're getting to where you want to go, but maybe through a different perspective. Or maybe you've already gotten that different perspective here, Sagittarius. Number 31. The time for action has come. Hesitate no more. Bust the rap. Protect those weaker than yourself. You can be both forceful and sensitive. You are loved and protected. Thor has his shield arm around you. The son of the wise swings his hammer, smashing ignorance and inheritance, making all new in its force. Strong is his honor, strong are his hands, courage is his heart, shielding all in Midgard. The god Thor, born of the earth goddess Jord, and the Allfather Odin, was considered the strongest of the Aesir, the race of Norse immortals. The Norse mythology contains many stories of his battles and his bravery, including his struggles with great serpents and his final combat at Ragnarok. Thor was a god of contrast, protector of humans, beloved for his prowess over fertility. He was also known for his hot temper. He not only was a god of action, but he was also a poet and culture that greatly appreciated orators, storytellers, musicians, and poets. Yet, as a god of storms, Thor captained a chariot pulled by two savage giant goats that thundered ferociously across the sky. We can look through Thor's energy, but we need to take real action. He is a brilliant rut buster. If you feel inert, tired, or frustrated that things are not manifesting, call upon Thor. So call upon Thor, something you're trying to manifest here, Sagittarius. In his mighty hammer to smash a way through, he's protective of his own. You can feel safe knowing that Thor's might will shield you as you move ahead into the unknown. Alright? So, Sagittarius, that's who you're connecting with. Beings, this message is for you now. Let's get some runes. Count for yourself. Number 4. 4 is number of the earth. Number 4 can also have more meaning and significance to you. You have the sun and moon dragon, which represents a state of balance, connected with both the sun and the moon. You have Bastet. You have this Aztec serpent god, which you're connected to. We have protection. You are being protected. So, Sagittarius, that's all I have for you. And like I said, if you like a personal reading, there's be 2 options in the description down below to book a personal reading. Also find a 3rd link there to join my spiritual group, Sagittarius. And if there's also other things there in the description, and if you want to see more content, don't forget to subscribe. Bye, guys.